Welcome to the Downtime from WTWH Media with your hosts, Sarah Wynn and Sheri Kasprzak, bringing you everything you need to know from the week in manufacturing.
Come all to another episode of The Downtime. I'm Sarah Wynn, Senior Editor for Packaging OEM. In case you didn't know, we are a weekly manufacturing podcast from WTWH Media. WTWH stands for Willing to Work Harder, and that is what my co-host and I aim to do on every episode, each and every week. Let me tag her in. Ladies and gentlemen, one half of the Downtime Divas, please welcome...
Sheri Kasprzak, Executive Editor of Automation and Controls here at WTWH. And if you don't know, that includes plant engineering, control engineering, and consulting specifying engineer. Welcoming you back to a new episode of The Downtime. We're so glad you're here.
We've got a lot on deck, Sheri. We're going to unpack Pack Expo in a minute, but do you need to acknowledge are you throwing a fit today? Any wardrobe choices you want to say?
You know, it's finally getting cold here in New England, so I went with a vintage 1960s crew neck sweater in navy blue. And I see you have this amazing Downtime Divas hat. Tell us about it.
Wow. So this is my official Downtime Diva hat. Shout out to Etsy. If you didn't know, Sheri knows this about me. I love Etsy. I love me some Etsy. The Downtime Diva tag team name actually came from our supervisor, Stephanie Neal. She appeared on the show a few months ago, and she said, I like to call you two the Downtime Divas. I said, I'm sold. That's our new tag team name. If we were professional wrestlers, Sheri, that's how they would introduce us. So yes, this is my Downtime Diva hat. Nice little cute purple hat.
We love it. I love that color on you.
Thank you. So we'll segue into headlines real quick. So there is a new Packaging OEM ebook on artificial intelligence in packaging. You can read all about it, how OEMs and suppliers can make AI deployments easier and more efficient. Available now on Packaging OEM's website. It's also pinned on the Packaging OEM LinkedIn page. Check it out.
All right. Yeah. I mean, speaking of efficiency, over at plantengineering.com, we have a new piece up on air compressors, and this comes from Jamie Leonard at Atlas Copco. Air compressors are among the most energy intensive systems, as you know, and sometimes you need to use the right asset management strategies in an effort to reduce that energy consumption, improve reliability, and so support your sustainability goals. This new piece from Jamie, we will learn a lot about how smart asset management best practices include inventory mapping, key performance indicator tracking, and energy recovery. We'll also learn the ways in which data is a critical component for reducing energy usage in air compressor systems. And you'll learn how worker training programs are a significant factor in maintaining energy efficient air compressor systems. I will link this article wherever you can find the Downtime, but you can check it out at plantengineering.com.
Awesome. I love a good little data driven and KPIs. Whew.
We love our KPIs.
Wow, very nice, very nice. Thank you. So that is our headline segment for the day. Sheri, how do you want to move into this? Because I am going to be on the hot seat.
You are in the hot seat. Welcome, Sarah Wynn, to the hot seat. So yeah, you just got back from Pack Expo in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas, baby. You had a great time there, right? Am I right?
I did have a nice time. I'm not going to tell you how many times I listened to the Elvis Presley song. Too many. Had a good time, had a lot of booth visits, had about, I think, like 26 or 27 booth visits, a lot of content captured. So what we are going to do on this episode is something we don't do all the time. Sheri is going to interview me about what I saw at Pack Expo.
Dun, dun, dun. I'll go easy on you, but I am really interested to hear all about your trip, all about Pack Expo. So let's kick it off. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's play the scary music.
Good idea. Hey, just in time for spooky season. Sheri in the hot seat.
Yeah.
So what stood out to you at Pack Expo?
Definitely. So the event. It was huge. Over 2,300 exhibitors, OEM suppliers, software providers. I like to say they went all in on packaging innovation, pun intended. And I'm not going to go super Las Vegas vibes with this, but the biggest thing that stood out to me is how automation is not just making packaging lines faster, but it's easing operators' day-to-day workflows.
Absolutely. Talk a little bit about some of the trends that you noticed in packaging on the show floor this year.
Definitely, and thank you for the trends question, Sheri. And before I segue into my answer, you can read all about the packaging trends on packagingoem.com. There is a story up. There is a special little video package coming in this episode as well. But I'll circle back in on my answer, and I'll say I asked a variety of subject matter experts this question at the event. What is the biggest trend you're seeing here in Las Vegas? And there were three common themes that really emerged. The first being artificial intelligence and how you can turn data, production data, into actionable decisions. You know, AI isn't new to packaging, but the way that companies presented it at Pack Expo signaled a clear evolution. Suppliers and integrators, they're really deploying AI as a practical tool for prediction, maintenance, and decision making. And we have that video that I mentioned, it's coming up, but Formic CEO Saman Fareed had a really good quote when he said, "I think this is the year that AI is moving into the mainstream," and it was demonstrated across several booths. It was a very big theme. Sheri, I'd say the second theme that was really evident, very popular, was flexible systems that let machine builders pivot across materials and SKUs. So think of material agnostic machines. A good example, an OEM Pack Machinery, they're building a variety of auto baggers that can work with a large range of materials, including sustainable materials, paper or poly baggers. And then even Pack Machinery's president, Greg Berge, brought up how using unique up and coming materials like seaweed for packaging. So that was a big trend. And I know I'm moving fast, Sheri. Do you need me to stop?
No, this is all great stuff. We love to hear that.
All right, then I'll keep rolling. The third big theme, compact hardware enabling easier and quicker setups. This was illustrated at booths like Fanuc America. They had a few plug and play robotics systems, including dual cobot that was moving cookie trays around.
Ooh, cookies. You got my attention there.
Yeah. Did I have a cookie? I did not.
Oh,
But and they had a robotic cell cutting up brownies. If I could have picked, I would have taken a brownie. I'm a brownie girl.
brownie for sure. That sounds delish. Wow.
And then I stopped by JVL's booth. They emphasize modular design. So again, all these trends are written up at packagingoem.com. But yeah, those are the big ones that stood out. So I'll recap real fast. AI turning production data into actionable insights, flexible systems that are future-proofing packaging lines, like those auto baggers that can run a variety of materials, and then compact hardware that enables quicker setups.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Sarah. Let's move to robotics. What in robotics stood out to you this year?
Oh, they were everywhere. Again, making automation faster, operators' lives easier. I'll add KUKA. They had a variety of robotic cells. A big point of emphasis, though, was on the autonomous mobile robots to automate handoffs between processes. And that, Sheri, to me, it just shows how flexibility isn't always about machine motion, but keeping production moving. You know, I like to say on the downtime here, we keep things moving. That was a big trend at the show. I mentioned Fanuc's plug and play systems. I mentioned for the cookie trays, they also had sausage packing. And then Morrison Container Handling Solutions, a new robotic orienting system, of course, uses their famous timing screw handling to orient packages based on shape, label, position, or closure alignment. But it's really hard to just pick a few. There were so many, and robots are a lot of fun to see. You know, yeah. It's a nice little time.
Absolutely. My favorite part of any show is checking out the robots. But let's shift gears a little bit to conveyance. You know, we love material handling moments. So tell me a little bit about what conveyance trends were on display at Pack Expo in Las Vegas.
I might take that little material handling moments, make that a little segment. Ooh, I like that. I do love talk about material handling. I'm working on that ebook now. And I will say there were some eye-catching material handling moments on demo at Pack Expo, and those include Dorner always has beautiful visual booths, and they had a bunch of rigid beverage cans on display. That one was really pretty to see. And I'll point out Spantech. I did not have a booth visit scheduled with them, but their booth was so enticing, I had to stop by. And they had this very pretty spiral conveyor. You know, those spiral conveyors, kind of like robots, they're always eye-grabbing. They demonstrated it with coffee cans. It's built for high-speed operations and increased load capacity. And there's some videos of that up on Packaging OEM social too.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we love those, conveyors, and watching them at shows is always so much fun. So thank you for that. So yeah, anything else that stood out to you at Pack Expo this year?
Well, I will say, in addition to our trend story, we have a photo gallery up on packagingoem.com that has over 30 images from the event. But there are really so many innovations to name, it's hard to pick a few. I'll zone in on a few people that have actually appeared on the Downtime podcast. I was with Gary Pickett from JLS Automation about their Peregrine robotic cartoning system. That's another social video that's up now. I also saw Jonathan Mitchell, senior applications engineer from Emerson, and I have a special little video, probably for control engineering, on a clean in place system demo that he did. In addition, we saw Matt Jones, Who's Your Feeder. We saw the coffee pods. Did we drink 800 coffee pods during our combo? Can't confirm, can't deny. Can't deny. A lot of people from the Downtime that we're so fortunate that so many people have, welcomed us into their listening devices, listen to the show. We are very grateful. But in addition to some machines, some other companies, I mentioned Formic at the top. Sheri has a great interview on the Downtime from earlier this year with Formic CEO Saman Farid about robots as a service and how they can be used to combat tariffs.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah. As you're going through all of these names, I'm like, yeah, this is like a reunion of so many people that we've interviewed and had on the show on the Downtime. So yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, being able to kind of be face to face with some people that we featured on the show. So that sounds like fun.
Ooh. I was at Formic's booth and I was with them. I said, Sheri Kasprzak? That's my co-host. They're like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, instant credibility right there.
Aw,
I mentioned them. And of course, I'll mention Topin Packaging Americas. That's another video we have up on social now. They had their Ergo 8. That's a blister packaging machine. They demonstrated it with paper blisters for golf balls, and I actually got to take one home with me. Check that out.
Cute.
Check that out. Do you think I'll take it out of the package? I don't think I'm going to. I think.
I mean, it's a collectible at this point, right? Like.
Yeah, I should have had him sign it for me, like an autograph.
Right? Exactly.
Maybe in the future. And of course, flexible packaging, always very dear to my heart. Promac had a variety of machines on display, Matrix, HMC, but I'll point out Bartelt Packaging Mag B. It's a horizontal form fill seal machine for flexible packaging. So hopefully that is a story I can work on our second wave of flexible packaging. We identified the trends, like to work on a machine piece sometime in the future. But yeah, there was a lot on display, a lot of innovation. People went all in. Sheri mentioned before I left that I'd be rolling the dice. I did not do that, but I did play a slot machine.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for that recap. That was super helpful. And that wasn't so bad after all, huh? I don't think it wasn't an interview.
The seat's a little warm. But I will say, you mentioned the trends at the top, Sheri. Funny you bring it up, because we have a 3-minute news style package of the trends from Pack Expo with the themes I saw this year, featuring Formic, Antares Vision Group, Grand Tech, Pack Machinery, Fanuc America, and JVL. Let's play it now.
All right, take it away.
Sarah Wynn here with WTWH Media's Packaging OEM. Been here on the ground at Pack Expo Las Vegas the last few days. I've asked a variety of subject matter experts in the packaging industry what the biggest trend they are seeing at the show is. Here are their answers. With over 2,300 exhibitors, Pack Expo Las Vegas showcased the latest in packaging machinery, materials, and artificial intelligence-powered technology. Industry leaders shared how AI, flexible systems, and compact hardware are shaping the future of production and automation. At Formic's booth, CEO Saman Farid explained how AI is becoming central to decision-making.
I think this is really the year where AI makes its way into the mainstream. We see from a lot of our customers that once they have access to accurate data, it gives them a lot of confidence to go and win that next bid, because they know exactly what it's going to cost them to produce it, at what rate they're going to be able to produce it, how many hours a day they're going to be running each production line. So I think a data-driven decision-making powered by AI is really, really critical.
Across the show floor, Antares Vision Group explained how AI can improve production.
I think what we're starting to see now is the combination of true data management being integrated into packaging and other automated operations. So you're really going to see people leveraging the information that they can capture during the packaging process and then layering things like AI and machine learning on top of that.
Grantech, a systems integrator, used Legos to show how modular automation fits together and highlighted cloud-based AI for faster deployment.
That's really the change I'm seeing is cloud-based systems to make AI build deeper models, faster models very quickly, and then put those onto edge devices at the plant floor.
Flexibility was another key trend. Pack Machinery showed machines that can pivot between materials and adapt to changing production needs.
Yeah, for us, it's really packagers who are looking at different types of packaging materials, and they want to future-proof their investment in automation, in packaging systems. So they want machines that are either material agnostic or will allow them to work with whatever's the next great paper is out there, or seaweed or whatnot, right? So they want machines that are extremely flexible.
Fanuc America showcased plug-and-play robotics designed to simplify operations.
So one of the biggest trends I've been seeing is lower cost standardized solutions, specifically around the food areas. This application behind me is handling cookie trays, something that's very small footprint, low cost, gets you a very quick ROI, and a very quick delivery.
JVLAS focused on modular designs that help speed up machine assembly and integration.
So once we guide people through that you could build a machine with all the motors, just adding power and communication and not having to think about a control cabinet. You might need a standard one, but you don't have to plan one, and you can greatly reduce it if you're doing long machines.
From AI to flexibility to streamlined systems, Pack Expo showed how automation is becoming smarter, faster, and easier to integrate into packaging lines. Pack Expo Las Vegas, Sarah Wynn, WTWH Media's Packaging OEM.
Thank you so much, Sarah. That was a great video. And thank you so much for being front and center at Pack Expo in Las Vegas and getting us all of the great trends in packaging.
Definitely thank you. And again, to the companies that I spoke with and the individuals, including Simon Farid, John DiPaolo, David McKenna, Greg Bergigi, Wes Garrett, Kenneth Phil Hayden, and their companies. I greatly appreciate it.
Fabulous. All right. I think we have reached our now famous game time segment, correct? All right. You want to tell everybody a little bit about the game today?
Yes, so since Pack Expo was the topic, we're going to do a trade show survival game. This is a lightning round game where I put Sheri a little on the hot seat since she had me on hers. We will answer rapid fire questions about trade show life, and it's from our perspective as journalists attending these events.
Absolutely. This includes the good, the bad, and the weird. And I think all my answers are going to be weird. One person will ask the question, and then we'll both give our feedback.
Sounds like a plan. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Go for it, Sheri. You're up first.
All right. How many cups of coffee get you through day one?
At least one. Reminder, I only drink iced coffee and or lattes and or mochas, etc. But I'd actually prefer energy drink. I love an energy drink to get me hyped up.
Oh,
what about you?
Sure. I'm a 1 cup person at shows because I'm always like moving and super hyped up anyway. And if I drink more than that, I get really jittery. So I'm a 1 cup kind of gal.
I will add that I was on the plane to Las Vegas and I was trying to be like Sheri, and they offered hot coffee. I said, I never drink hot coffee. I'm going to do it. So I got it, and I was watching a scary show on Netflix, and I got scared. I jumped. I spilled the hot coffee all over myself.
I am so sorry. And hey, of anyone, like, you know that I would be like the last person on earth who would say, well, you should try to be like me. Don't be like me.
They were like, here's some, want a hot coffee, hot coffee? I'm like, Sheri drinks it. I'm going to try it. And then I smelled like coffee the whole flight.
I hope
Not the whole flight.
I hope you didn't hurt yourself. That's not fun to be like soaked in hot coffee.
I was okay, and the guy next to me, to my knowledge, did not get any on him. So that was a win-win.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear. So
All
that's
right.
the lesson. Don't drink hot coffee.
Did I do it on the flight back? I did, but they gave me a lid, so they kind of Sarah proofed it for me. So
Good to know.
I don't. It just is. You've been on the plane so long. A little hot coffee. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So let's back to the trade show talk. Sheri, what is the most random swag you've ever gotten from a booth?
It's interesting because I think it's still in my bag, which means I haven't taken it out from a trade show. A beer bottle opener, because I don't drink alcohol, and even if I did, I can't drink beer because I have celiac disease. So it's very random for me, but I appreciated the thought. It was like, oh, thank you for this wonderful swag, and I appreciate the time and the people who did it. Like I'm the kind of person like I feel bad if I don't take something. It's like I have no use for this, but thank you.
I mentioned my golf ball earlier. That I like that one. I have a box from Ranpak with a Shih Tzu and AI Shih Tzu on a printed in a warehouse. That one's fun. But I will say the most random is probably this pizza cutter that Sick Sensor Intelligence gave me, and I actually use it all the time. I love it. I just use it over the weekend. Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you. It was Emily gave that to me from Sick. Thank you, Emily.
Fun. All right. So, what is the soundtrack of the show floor in your head?
It's always All I Do Is Win because that's my song.
That is a
But duh. And I will say a lot of these events we take shuttles back and forth. And Sheri and I aren't always together, so sometimes we're by ourselves. I listen to music on the shuttle. I listen to my Danger Zone playlist, which Sheri knows about. It has that song on it. It has rap music. It's got Renegade by Styx. Anything to get me hyped up. What about you?
All right, this is probably the most highly inappropriate song for the downtime, but to give you like a vantage point of what I'm like at trade shows, I am literally always in motion, always, and I'm always trying to get from one side of the show floor to the other side of the show floor, and I am like a whirlwind. You can confirm this, Sarah. So I think it's probably "Move" by Ludacris.
Oh, get back. You don't know me like that.
Exactly. Oh, that's good.
Sheri's she's like a running back in the NFL. I'm gonna do a little sports analogy. Sheri's like evading tackles, doing spin moves, to get past.
I'm looking over tables and booths, and yeah, that's me.
Yeah, whew, she's quick. I can confirm. Yeah,
In heels, no less.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. Yeah, this
I'm
has been.
self-aware. I know. You're like, why are you wearing 5-inch heels on the show floor, Sheri? I'm like,
We'll talk about that in a second. But
we will.
yeah, even in heels, that's how she is.
Yeah.
Evading tackles. She's like, if this were Madden football, she'd be hitting the spin move. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, that's Sheri.
Yep.
All right, next one up. What about your go-to snack or drink during a trade show?
All right. So I'm not usually a snack person, but anything chocolate. If I'm at a show, I'm going to make a beeline for that candy bowl. So hide your Hershey's, people. That's all I'm saying.
Hide your Hershey's.
Hide your Hershey's.
Would you want it original Hershey or with almond?
Ooh, almonds, of course, because that's fancy. I mean, the regular is fine. Don't get me wrong, but you gotta be fancy.
Almond's good. They're both good.
Yeah.
I have unfortunately learned the hard way to always have a snack in my bag. I did not have a snack in my bag at Automate, and Eden from Bosch Rethroth saved me. She gave me a snack. I'm still in debt to her. But I now carry a protein bar with me and or protein drink, but I eat a lot of candy when I'm at these shows, like more candy than a kid would eat on Halloween. Like I eat so much candy because I'm just on the go. I want to say at Pack Expo, Hoosier Feeder had the best candy. They had Airheads and they were like, Sarah, take them. And I said, I can't stop. Don't enable me. Don't enable me. But yeah, I love Airheads. I never buy them for myself. Too dangerous.
Yeah. All right. So
Oh, here it is.
here's the one that I'm never going to live down. Worst shoes for a show floor.
You know the answer is heels, and I'm not throwing shade. I just know I would never, ever survive them, ever. But you have to know that I would never wear heels anywhere, like literally anywhere. And I don't wear open-toed shoes because I have such bad balance. I would fall on my we'll blurb that there.
Yeah.
What is your answer?
My answer is 6-inch heels for sure, but they make you look so cool, and like they complement your outfit. You got to have a whole ensemble thing going on for sure. So
Yeah,
I
Sherry.
agree. 6-inch heels are not it, but
First time I ever met Sherry at a trade show, she had some serious heels on. Serious
and they were
heels.
cute.
She looked great.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
And I had black sneakers.
Yeah.
Tennis shoes.
Those were
as I
cute
would
too.
say.
Cute. You rock some sneakers. I love it.
I even invested in like very nice, high quality tennis shoes for these shows, and
I love
it's paid dividends. It has.
sure.
All right, last one. Ding ding ding. Favorite city you visited for a trade show? It can be this year. That's kind of what I was focusing on, but it could be anytime.
Yeah, no, I think Atlanta was a big one for me. You know, I am a Georgia girl. I was raised in Georgia, so it was a big homecoming. I got to, you know, go visit a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a long time. So I really loved Atlanta, and it was so fun hanging out in the city with you and accidentally ending up in that hookah lounge. I mean, how does someone accidentally end up in a hookah lounge? I don't know, but it's me.
We're going there.
I know, yeah. It's my favorite story from that trip.
Yes, I really liked the Atlanta trip. From the airfare to the hotel to meeting Sherry to spending time with Sherry to ending up at a hookah lounge. We went for dinner, and the website never said it was a lounge of any kind.
No.
And we got there and they carded us, and I thought it was very strange. But we went in and then we realized what it was pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah. Sarah's like, I think this is a hookah lounge, and I'm like, look behind you, and it was like, oh. Those are people
my
smoking
perspective,
hookah.
I was staring at the wall. Sherry was by the wall, and I'm staring at Sherry. And I just look around. I'm like, something's not right here. And I said that, and Sherry's like, yeah, turn your little twist around. And I turn around, I'm like, oh, here we are. Yeah.
Yes.
But the food was good. We had a good time. You know, we got a lot of good content from that event. We made a lot of good contacts. And I don't know if this show would exist if that trip hadn't happened.
I agree. Yeah, for sure. That was a great trip, and I love Atlanta. I love the ATL. So it always has a special place in my heart. So
I hope we go back next year for.
Yes,
I
sure.
believe there's a show in the spring there, so hopefully we'll be reunited. I'm gonna cut there so it doesn't ding us for using audio. So that's it. That's our trade show game. That's the Pack Expo recap. Again, thank you to everyone I met with at the event. Thank you to Sheri for being such a kind and gracious interviewer for me.
Aw, just for you though, Sarah. Well, thank you as always for tuning in to this episode of The Downtime, and we will catch you in the next episode. Bye.
Peace.